Hello students. As we know that the Earth is the third planet from the Sun and only astronomical object known to harbor life. And we have studied this previously in solar system study. We have studied the distribution of land and water on the Earth's surface also. 70.80% area of the Earth's surface is covered by water and 29.20% area of the Earth's surface is covered by land. But this is a study of only Earth's surface. What about Earth's interior? From ancient period, man has been curious about what lies below the surface of the Earth. In order to satisfy this curiosity, study has been conducted on earthquakes and the material ejected from the volcanoes. Besides these studies related to temperature, density as well as gravitational force also help us to understanding the interior of the Earth's surface. And in this chapter, we shall try to get the information about the interior of the Earth. Let us see. And now take out your textbooks and turn page number 9. Let us begin. Interior of the Earth. Let us recall. In the previous classes, you have been introduced the rock types, volcanoes and earthquakes. Answer the following questions on the basis of that. First question. When earthquake occurs, what happens exactly?
There is a large scale and a sudden release of energy in the interior of the Earth. This gives rise to rapid Earth movements. As the speed of these movements is high, these are called rapid movements. Due to the movements taking place below the surface of the Earth, the crust is subjected to stresses of great magnitude. Look at this Earth's crust. It is the outermost part of the Earth's surface. If this stress exceeds a critical limit, the energy gets released suddenly. As a result, the Earth's surface shakes. This shaking of the land is what we call earthquake. Although the Earth looks like a pretty solid place from the surface, it is actually extremely active just below the surface. The Earth is made up of 4 basic layers: crust, mantle, outer core and inner core. The solid crust and the top of the mantle make up a region called lithosphere. The lithosphere is a not continuous piece. It is made up of many pieces like a puzzle covering the surface of the Earth. These pieces are called tectonic plates. Look at here. And these tectonic plates are constantly shifting or slowly flowing mantle layer below. This non-stop movement causes stress on the Earth's crust. When the stress gets too large, it leads to cracks called faults. When tectonic plates move, it also causes movements at the faults. An earthquake is the sudden movements of the Earth's crust at the fault line.
Next question. How are igneous rocks formed?
Matter coming out of volcanic eruptions consists of hot magma, gases, steam, etc. When lava cools and solidifies, igneous rocks are formed. These rocks are formed out of the material from the interior of the Earth.
Next question. What is a volcano?
The interior of the Earth has very high temperature. As a result, the material in this part is in the molten state. Sometimes this material gets released through the fissures in the crust. This is called a volcano. Volcano. Hot materials in the liquid, solid and gaseous form are ejected on the Earth's surface from the mantle of the Earth. This process is called a volcanic eruption.
Next question. Which materials come out during a volcanic eruption?
During volcanic eruptions, ash, water vapor, various types of gases, hot and molten rocks in the form of lava, etc. are thrown out.
Next question. In which state of matter are these materials?
In a molten state of matter are these materials. During volcanic eruptions, the materials come out like a lava, gases, dust, ashes, etc. These materials are in molten state.
Next question. Are these materials cool or hot, and why?
These materials are hot because these materials thrown out during volcanic eruptions from the interior of the earth. The interior of the earth has a very high temperature.
And now let us try this activity. Boil half a liter of milk. When the milk comes to a boil, switch off the gas. Keep a lid on the vessel. After 10 minutes, remove the lid, take it to a side and tilt it. Observe what happens. What can you see on the milk? In what form do you see the layer of matter on the milk? Remove the layer of matter. Take note the differences in temperature of this matter and the milk and answer the following questions. First question. When the milk was kept for boiling, in which state was it? And look at this milk. And just now I am going to boil this milk. Now look at this milk. Before boiling, it is in liquid state. And I have checked, it is cool. Now I am going to switch on the gas for boiling this milk. Boiling process of milk is going on. When the milk was boiling, what did you observe? When milk was boiling, I observed that see, milk is boiling, and while boiling, I observed that steam is coming out. You can see the steam is coming out while milk is boiling. And now I will switch off the gas and will keep a lid on the bowl. What had accumulated over the lid of the vessel? And now 10 minutes got over. I will remove the lid. I will take it aside and tilt it. See, some water droplets accumulated on the lid. And now tell whether the matter accumulated on the milk is a liquid or solid. Look at this matter accumulated on the milk. Using spoon, I will check accumulated matter on milk whether it is a liquid state or in solid state. So I have observed that accumulated matter on the milk is in a solid state. Was it cooler or hotter than the milk below? Now I will check the accumulated matter on the milk whether it is cool or hot. I have noticed whether it is cooled or hot afterwards. And now I will check the milk below this matter. It is very hot than the matter. And this accumulated matter is cool than below the milk. Next question. On which other substances can similar experiments be carried out? The substances like jaggery, sugar can be used for similar experiments. Sugar formation and jaggery formation process, if we see, these processes are similar process. Sugarcane is crushed and the juice is heated.
In jaggery making and sugar making process.
And now see geographical explanation about your activity. Before boiling, the milk was in the liquid state. After it came to a boil, steam started coming out from it. After some time, a thick layer of cream develops over the milk. The temperature of the cream is lesser than the milk below. Thus, it can be implied that the creamy layer cooled faster than the milk below it, which remained hot and in a liquid form. A similar process occurred when the earth cooled.
The scientists unanimously believed that the earth was formed out of the solar system itself. Initially, earth was a gaseous hot balloon. It cooled down as it rotated around itself. Look at this imaging of earth formation. The process of cooling took place from the outer surface towards Earth's center. As a result, the outer layer, it is a crust. As a result, the outer layer of the earth become cooler and solid, but as we move from surface to the core, heat increases. Look at how heat is increases. You can see how temperature is increases from Earth's surface towards the Earth's center. The temperature of Earth's center is 5,500 degrees Celsius. As a result, the outer layer known as a crust of the earth become cooler and solid, but as we move from surface to the core, heat increases, and at certain depths, the interior of the earth is a semi-liquid.
Man has always been inquisitive about what lies in the interior of the earth. A direct observation of the earth's interior has not been possible as yet. Through the various methods, the scientists have tried to estimate about the same. To infer about these, study of the materials coming out of volcanic eruptions and the seismic waves is most important. Matter coming out of volcanic eruptions consists of hot magma, gases, steam, etc. When lava cools and solidifies, igneous rocks are formed. Through the estimates of the study of temperature, density, gravitational force and pressure, the interior of the earth was understood. For instance, when we go deep into a mine, we feel an increase in temperature. Similarly, the magma coming out of volcanoes from the earth's interior is hot. Such estimations were made by the geologists. Several earthquakes occur in various places on the earth every year. Seismic waves are generated. These waves travel through the interior of the earth.
Man has also tried to dig deep boreholes in the interior to know more about the same. Humans have attempted to drill down to the Earth's mantle. Russia holds the record for the deepest man-made hole in the world at more than 4,230 feet. That means 12.2 kilometers deep. The borehole is located in the wilds of Russia's northern Kola Peninsula. This is the Kola Super Deep borehole. In the windswept skein of mountains in India's western Ghats, geologists are drilling some of Asia's deepest boreholes in an audacious attempt to unlock the mysteries of earthquakes. In India, in Gothane village near Pune, scientists are digging a 5 kilometers borehole that will go deep under the earth in search of seismic answers.